are back in the studio, and I'm very pleased to have Krista Morrison, who's the clinical manager of home support, and she brought Jacqueline Cabrera with her. And so we want to know, as residents who might be watching, hopefully, what's happening with home support.
Well, I know frequently we talk about the aid services because there's about 140 aides on campus. That's one of the programs that we have at Home Support. But also we have RN, medication management, which we have talked about a little bit before in the past. But today I wanted to bring Jacqueline because we do have 7 companions in Home Support that we do not use. That program is just so underused, and I think could be so beneficial to residents if they maybe knew more about it, or to know that it's even out there
It's
for
fairly
them to
new
use.
program under home support, isn't it?
It has, probably in the last couple years, but we just don't use it. And I think a lot of it is because people are unaware that it's out there.
They sort of think of the people in the green shirts in the same way, I think. Is that
Right,
am
right.
I right about that?
So you're exactly right. The green shirts are the aid services, and you can see Jacqueline has the blue, the royal blue on, and there is 7 of them, and they work very hard. And you know, to distinguish them a little bit different than the aid service, it is no hands-on care. And so a lot of the residents that use our service does need hands-on care. But no hands-on care means they are not helping personal care. They're not helping them to get up and get them breakfast, get them up out of bed to get them breakfast. But there's a lot of other duties they can do. Jacqueline can talk a little bit about that in a few minutes, but we kind of distinguish it as household duties. You know, they can come in, they can do the laundry, they can do the ironing. A lot of people have a lot of ironing to do, and they don't, you know, they don't mind paying someone to do it. Then they also can do the vacuuming, the dusting. Some of the other things they do is go off campus, do off-campus escorts, either to the doctor or if they need to go to Fairfax, you know, hospital to have procedures. As long as they're able to independently get up and move, the companions are able to go with them. There is a 2-hour minimum that they need to hire them for, and there's a lesser charge for that compared to the aid service. So I know Jacqueline wants to talk here a little bit, but I thought that we could bring her on. And like I said, she has the royal blue on, and that's how to differentiate her from the aides. Sometimes if we don't have enough companion service, though, I will let you know, some of the aides will go in and do the no hands-on care. So sometimes that does happen, and it's very confusing at times, especially at Garden Ridge, because lots of times we'll go into Garden Ridge and we'll just be a sitter. And if they have a green smock on, it's confusing to the staff, saying, "Ooh, you know, they don't do the hands-on care." So, but anyway, Jacqueline, if you'd like to talk about maybe some of the clients you have.
Right. So I kind of just narrowed everything down. So there's a companionship portion. It's just basically being with the client and just, you know, spending time with them, socializing, just like what everyone does. Like Ms. Krista said, we do on and off campus visits. On campus would be anywhere from the hair salon, dining, or, you know, from building to building, anything like that. Off campus would be those, you know, like having appointments outside, or one of my favorites is shopping. Now that the weather, well, weather's not good today, but now that the weather, I mean, it's spring, people start going out more.
So how
shopping.
does that work when you take someone or you go with someone shopping or to the beauty shop or whatever?
Well, if it's on campus, we could always take the campus shuttle bus, or I can also, if they're in a wheelchair, I'll get wheelchairs from the front desk and take it to their apartment, and, you know, I'll take them wherever. If it's off campus, there is the you know, Green Spring Transportation, or the shuttle bus that takes us to the shopping center, or I think there's other places it goes to as well, but that's usually where
Well, that's helpful, because I've thought, well, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, because I think many people here are alone, and maybe they just need someone to visit and chat with them, but you do more than that.
Of course, yeah, and I do have regular residents that I go to, we do strive for continuity with our residents. So I do have my fair share, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. And we just have lots of fun together, you know, just going down to the dining room, sitting by the fireplace with them and just chatting, meeting new people. And, you know, when I go around with her, I'm able to just speak about my job, and that's how people know about the companions that are at Green Spring. What else
So
did I
how
do?
long have you been here at Green Spring?
I'm going to mark a year in August, this August. So.
You, how were you trained to do this?
My first time was with a CNA, but I mean, CNAs can do the job of companions, but I was with her for about 3 or 4 days, and it's pretty, I like it. It's pretty simple. All we, you know, I'm here to have fun, the fun portion. Just
That's
socialize.
obvious the way you present yourself.
Oh, thank you.
It's a delight to have in the home. We hear. Very much so. But you know,
You
socialization
must be
is-
like a ray of sunshine when you come into someone's apartment.
Oh, thank you. I try to. You know, you have to have that spirit when you come in. You can't just dull.
But, I mean, have you gone to school, college, beyond? Yeah.
I'm third year in college right now.
Oh,
I
so
want to
you're
do
also
nursing.
at school. Oh, in nurse. Well, that's
Yeah.
very. I'm sure that works in perfectly
It
with
does,
what you're
yeah.
doing.
I have a lot of fun here. And I learn a lot too from the residents. So
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
it's a win-win.
Right. We have 2 companions right now that are teachers in Fairfax County schools, and they come in the evening hours
Oh, that's
to do volunteer work
interesting,
and to
yeah.
do companion service as well. And we have another companion who works all week and mainly works on the weekend, but he's a paralegal downtown in D.C. People also, they want to do something different, you know, lots of times. One of the teachers from Fairfax County is a special needs teacher who takes a lot of energy and a lot of time. And when she came to interview for the companion service, I was like, oh my goodness, if I were you, I would have to be relaxing. But she wants something to do after work. So it works out very well.
Oh, it's
Very well for us.
I mean, it just sounded like such a good program when I heard that it started, and you know, I realized, but I always want. I know you don't do anything in terms of the medications or anything like that.
Right.
You're just there to be a friend.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's
It is
all
a lot of companionship. It really
I
is.
have gone with residents. I didn't know that there was a hiking trail around, so she invited me to go walk around with her, and I, you know, it's just fun. And I didn't know that. You could rent out plots, gardening in the back, and so she has like 2 plots, and it was just fun. The things that she was growing, and you know, that's how we kind of bonded with each
So
other.
you get to pull weeds and things.
Yeah.
Well, it's you know, a joy to hear that help is available here at
Right.
Green Spring, and all the services are so well done. And Krista, how long have you been here?
I've been here about 2.5 years as a clinical manager. So, and I do enjoy the work, and I love working with the aides, and I love working with the companions. There's so much to learn
How many
from the 2
people?
of
How
them.
many staff? I mean,
We have about 140 aides. They, you know, it's kind of a
which
little under.
includes all of the support, home support, and
Well, that's just the
companion.
aides. We have 7 aides. Then on top of that, and then we have about 9 nurses altogether, and then we have about 5 support staff in the office. So it is fun. It's fun. I used to do home health for 28 years, so it was nice to get out from doing that, and I needed a change, and I just love this community.
Is
Couldn't
your
be better.
background in nursing as well?
It is.
Yeah. Obviously, if you did home health.
Yes, yes, yes. So it is nice. It's a nice community to work for. My mother-in-law was here to start with, and that's how I was introduced to the neighborhood. And then once she left, she did end up moving out closer to her other son, which was a great move for her. But I never thought I would work here, but once she moved and the job came up, I went, you know, I need a change from home health. So I enjoy being here as well.
Well, we're happy to have you both, certainly. Well, I have had a very small experience with home support, but you know, it was a good experience, but I didn't need help very long, so I know that it's something very important for us to have here, especially as we age in place, which
Exactly.
we've been told we're doing.
Yes. We all were doing from one to the next. Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes it can be short term. And a lot of what we've done recently is a lot of people have outpatient surgery, and we just go in and spend one night with them. And it just gives them that added security, or maybe 2 or 3 days. You know, it depends on what sort of surgery they might have had, but it's so beneficial. And what I hear, because I go in and I make visits to them afterwards, is I didn't realize, always thought home support services was something that was for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So it is something that can be very
It's
short term.
on an hourly basis, isn't it?
It is.
That's the way it's charged. So.
Right, right.
And well worth the any penny you spend on it, I'm sure.
It is, it is.
I
It's
know it
nice.
was for me, so.
Good, good.
So, how many more years do you have left before you finish your course in
I'd
nursing?
say about 2 more years.
Where are you doing your nursing?
George Mason? Yeah.
They have a good program there, I understand.
They do, and it's very competitive, so.
And
It all works
did
out.
you know you were going to grow up to be doing this when you were in school?
Actually, I wanted to do dentistry at first, but then I was like, didn't want to stare at teeth all the time. So I'd rather have, that connection with the, people. In
A
person.
different connection than rather just looking in their mouths.
Exactly, 'cause they won't even be able to talk
you
if I was
can't
just
talk.
working on their teeth, just high and by.
Well, that's very interesting and very special to have all of you here that do this kind of work. I know it's hard work. I mean, emotionally, surely sometimes, and physically.
Yeah. I do have residents that I do go to, like assembling things together and putting things on walls. So that's probably like the most difficult thing. But other than that, I mean, it's fun because I get to learn things and spend time with the client. So
one of the services we really want to let people know about is the packing and unpacking. So if someone moves in, we're trying to get into that marketing aspect of it, that we can help them unpack, because a lot of people need help unpacking. They were exhausted from closing down their house, going through all that.
The moving.
We don't do the moving part, but we can help them unpack, once they're in their
that's
apartment.
Very interesting, yeah.
And the same thing is if they're moving out, because quite a few residents have been moving out to go live close to that daughter, that close, son. And we have helped with the packing more so than the unpacking. So that is also another service that companion services can
I don't
add.
know how many people realize that is possible to have that kind of help, because I hear people saying, oh, I've been here 6 months and I still have boxes.
Right, right, exactly. So
I mean, the only scenario that I have where it would, be unpacking or packing would be maybe if they had to do therapy at Garden Ridge, and if they're done with their sessions and they have to go back to their apartments. So I'd be glad to take their things and go with them and set it back up.
yes.
Well, I think we've run out of time about. So it's just been a pleasure to have you both here, and the good information you've given us about the program. And so I hope, when I see you in the hallways now, I'll know who you are.
For sure.
So thank you so much for coming.
you.
All right. Thank you for inviting us as well.